Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to clarify how this meditation can help for us to develop our awareness, and also why we have to practice meditation. When it comes to our human life, basically, we are not human. We are just like animals. We all have the animal behavior. We do the same thing like other animals do. Like eating, they always interfere with the food. Another thing is the resting. And another thing, we have the animal behavior, the fear. We always struggle in life. If you look very carefully, deeply, the most of things we do because of the fear. We have the fear regarding our future. We have the fear regarding things, and then because of that, we do a lot of other activities. So the animals the same. Another thing is the reproduction. So these four qualities belong to animal and the human the same. So we are kind of like animal, but we have to become a human. That is the important part. You can't just become a human with the qualities. In the body, there maybe you see like the human being, but it's a mental transformation. It's totally different than you think. For that, you have to have the knowledge and the wisdom and the effort. So what is the main change, and from where the change happened? So basically, we deeply depend on the emotions and the behavior. Our character itself built on certain kind of habitual patterns, and some come from DNA, from our previous lives and the karma, and some come from our parents' bloodline and DNA, and sometimes some other behavior come to us from childhood, from that environment, and from our family relationships. And some behaviors come to us from the school, from the teachers, from our early age friends. And some behaviors come to us from the environment And some behaviors come to us, and today through the social medias, and some behaviors come to us according to the political party that we interfere, and according to the social work you interfere, and according to the leisure that you interfere with the society, that you maybe go here and there and enjoy your life when you have free time. So there are many ways that your life get nourished. And out of that nourishment, mostly you feed to your emotions, because that you go into things based on whatever you like or dislike. That likeness mostly related to emotions. And becoming a human being means you break down that pattern and you become more rational rather than becoming emotion. So becoming rational means you bring the ability to go with the reasoning and logic. So that is the very behavior of the vipassana knowledge. And deeply, you go with that deeper recognizing yourself. That is the key point, not with the outside, because we are so capable to go with the outside world. We know a lot of things about the outside. We are so smart with the machines and technology, but still we are so poor with recognizing the very nature of the human mind, especially ourselves. That's why when it comes to the ancient wisdom, it says, know thyself. So yourself, that what you know about you, if you look very carefully, there are certain things happen to us. There are certain feelings come, emotions come, ideas come. We have certain behaviors. We don't know why it happened to us. We don't know from where it comes. But still, we are so respond to that. It become kind of like a part of our life. Just imagine then yourself, you have certain behaviors and you take it as a part of your character or your life, but still you don't know from where it come and why you do it. So then how dangerous it is. Another thing is, even though we are so capable to maintain this all the consumer product around us, we are so fail to understand the other human being around us. We don't put that much attention to the human beings. We are so into the smartphones, computers, TV, cables, and all other things. There's nothing wrong with that, but still what we are losing the ability of understanding the human beings. And sometimes that the one of the major important thing that happened to our life, we get stuck with the wrong people around us. It is very difficult. Once you get into the wrong people's hand, it is very difficult for you to get out of it. Just imagine. No? So then how you may think, oh, I'm so smart, I do everything right, I'm so perfect. If you look very carefully, how you end up being caught up with these wrong people? If you are so smart, how you stuck in your life with the wrong people? How you mess up with the people? Where are your wisdom? See, that is the important. That's why when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, the very power of the mind is recognizing yourself. Because inside us, we have deep unknown lot of animal behavior. And we have a lot of mixed emotional behavior. So when we interfere with that, what happens? We are not capable to sometimes even understand or see or experience even with our day-to-day life. And very simple example. So when you see something, hear something, smell something, taste something, feel something, look very carefully. Are you really see it, or are you so have a conversation within your own inside imagination or the image? So it's a very simple example. When you look at this like this, when you keep looking in, are you really looking to this, or are you have a conversation yourself? So like that mostly, because when the emotions come, when our personal behavior come to the present moment and interfere with the perception, we get disconnect from the very experience. So because of that, we can't understand. We just keep repeating whatever inside us. So that is our ordinary life. So the meditation is a method. You bring to the moment, and really you capable to, you develop a skill to experience the present moment step by step, without bringing your emotions, without bringing your personal behavior, without bringing your comparison, without bringing your self-centered mind. You just experience the moment. And when you are capable to experience that way, by the time you can develop the logical and reasoning ability. So that is a power that you develop itself, because that is where you can recognize how things come to be as they are. Once you're capable to understand that, you don't go with this self-created emotions. So otherwise we always into that, and we always build up sand castle inside our own mind. And when it collapses, then we struggle, we fight, we resist to build it again and again. So that's why ourselves, it is very important to have this wisdom, even in this very conventional life, to have a very comfortable conventional life. And before we go to the eternal life. So in this very conventional life, when it comes to the people, look that each and every person so different. But the thing is, when the emotions interfere, what happens? You build up the relationship, and then out of that relationship, you take the ownership. And once you have the ownership regarding that other people, things go wrong. You can't own any person. You can't take any person. Even your own life, you can't have the way you think. So then in the very basic level, remember, we have to accept, and we have to observe, and we have to deal with other people knowingly. They are totally different person. They have different behavior. And sometimes we don't know what is happening under their skin. So we can't compare it according to our emotions. So that is a skill that you have to develop, that detachment, even within your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, parents. You even detach that detachment is bringing some kind of wisdom for you to understand the person very clearly. And but the very mistake what we does, because we are emotion, once we caught up with the emotions, we always into, and mentally we grab them, and then physically we grab them. And I'll give a very simple example. When the Prince Siddhartha, before he left the palace, the very first day that he's that newly born baby, now he ready to left the palace, and he opened the door and he saw this little baby with the mother sleeping. And he was thinking himself, he is the father. But in that very moment, he, rather than go forward and try to hold the baby, and he stepped back. It is not easy for a just ordinary person. Why? Because just the ordinary person just, jump into that. But that in that very moment, a step back, it is a power. And sometimes you think, oh, how you can do that like that? Because that is the best that you can do to other person even. And you also do the same thing sometimes, like in the very first day, okay? So the very first day, when you take your child to the preschool or the school, and maybe you give your child to the teacher, and the very first day, most of the time, the children cry, and so maybe you want to be with the child, but still, it doesn't work. You have to leave. So then you pretend like you're going to be there, but slowly, you escape from the child. Why you do that? Why you do that? Because you do good, you do the best for the child. So like that, even yourself mentally always learn to practice it with each and every person, that wherever you are, don't build up so much emotional caught up the imagination in you. Always remember to keep the gap, and knowingly the other person is totally a different person. They have different behavior, and maybe they don't know and from where it comes. Ourselves, we don't know sometimes from where this behavior comes. So then that's why you have to deeper go in, little by little, little by little, little by little. And then you will see. And sometimes maybe you become happy. That happiness, not really in this very moment happiness. It has a history. Maybe sometimes you become very sad. That sadness not exactly at the moment of result. Maybe it happened many, many years back, and as a result of that, and today you react like that way. So that's where you can see the roots. So when you are capable to go into deeper, little by little, little by little, you are recognize that. And then when you recognize that, what happens, you're not going to become so crazy about this the moment of incident. Then you are detached from that. As example, even it can happen to regarding the future also. It is just not only the past, but when you see the past behavior, as example, you become so mad and the people start to look around you and see why you get so mad for this little thing. Maybe many years back, as a little child, this person was unhappy with the parents or the brothers, sisters, or maybe in the school. And as a result of that, today, this person become unhappy. So when you are capable to see this pattern, what happened, that whatever happened in the moment, you're not going to so caught up, and you are capable to see the future. How it can happen. It's like this. You win $1 million. Oh, for the moment, it is very good. But as you know, and the most of time, within another few years, your life can be so miserable because of this money you get. And then see that in the moment you become happy, it is a good reason to be happy. But how about it has a way to take you to totally different side. And maybe today you go through a very difficult time. Maybe you get fired from your office, or maybe your car crash or something like that. It is very difficult, horrible. And maybe tomorrow you get a very brand new car. Maybe you get a very, better office position. So then how about that? In the moment that what you thought as bad, it came to good, and what in the moment you thought as a good thing maybe can become bad. So like that, when you are capable to see the consequences and the mechanism of this behavior, what happened, if the good happened or the bad happened, you detach from that. Then you get the self-detachment from it. So that will capable to handle the situation without caught up with the emotions. That is what you need. That is where you become a real human being. That is where you become very rational. That is where you go with the logics and reason. So if your mind is so weak, that weak means you caught up with the needs. Because when you depend on needs, you always go into comparison. You have no power. Just imagine when you get out of all the needs, you become strong. Try it for 1 minute and just think, get out of that all the needs and see how powerful your mind is. So the mind become weak because of you go with the needs. And the needs take us to comparison. And needs take us to depend on things. Needs make us kind of like a debtors. Needs make us kind of like a beggars. So then always we go behind. That is where you lose the freedom. So tranquility state is the place that you can develop to have a very sustainable happiness without needs. Because in the very moment, in the depth of life, you are complete. So if you recognize that, you get out of the needs. Once you get out of that, you become more strong. That strong means it brings the clarity to you. So once you have the clarity, you are capable to see things very clearly. Your emotions not anymore going to interfere with the moment of perception, moment of experience. That is where you tune to the moment of experience, and that is where you can really experience the reality. What is happening in this very moment? Once you're capable to see that, you are anymore not go with the assuming things, and you get out of the assumption, because you more now tuned to the reality. You see things, and at the same time there is another thing happens, and the deeply within you, you're not caught up with your self-centered imagination, believing or thinking, oh, whatever I think it's going to be the right, it is the best. So like that way, now you see even that what you have also is a part of something. So then once you understand it, you're not anymore bound to that what you understand. So that is where you slowly get out of the self-centered view. Otherwise, whatever the self-centered view that you have maybe happened because of somebody else or something else. Maybe you read a book, you watch a documentary, you watch a movie, you listen to an audio book, and out of that maybe you build up a self-centered view, and you hold it to strong idea, but it is not really your own idea. You got it from somewhere else. So once you see that yourself, you not anymore belong to, hold it to even your own self-centered view. See, that is where you deeply release this all. And the baggage that you carry, that emotional baggage, that informational baggage, behavior baggage, you know, we have that these kind of different baggages we carry, you know, and place to place, you know, moment to moment, we go with this all. But once you release that all, you have only the awareness. Once you have awareness, that is where you experience the power of the human mind. That is where you become different from the animal to human. Otherwise, we have very wild nature. So, practicing meditation help you to bring that awareness, uplift that awareness, and sharp that awareness, knowingly that moment by moment, you experience a very different environment. So that is where you get the fluidity of your mind, understanding. You not build up a structure, you not be concrete with the experience, because you know each and every moment is different. Each and every person different. Each and every place has its own quality and beauty. So you develop very behavior to adapt to moment by moment. To be that way, you have to get out of your own self-centered mind. So once you have that fluidity, you go with the experience, and you are more capable to enjoy. You are more capable to understand the very behavior and the reality of life than just ordinary people. Because most of ordinary people, just caught up their own mind, their own mental view, their own behavior, their own emotions. And they deeply disconnect from their own awareness. So that's why the meditation is very necessary, because especially this kind of lifestyle nowadays, the most of the activities that we perform, it's mostly disconnect us from recognizing our own human mind, and at the same time it always disconnect the human interference. Now little by little, people are so separate, and they have no ability to interfere with the people. And that is where we lose the power of understanding the people. When you are not capable to understand yourself, when you are not capable to understand another person, when you are not capable to understand the value of the human life, it doesn't matter. We conquer this entire universe with the machines and technology. We are going to become more weaker and negative than the sometimes other all living beings. So we don't need to go that way. So the Buddha's nature means, the Buddha means, that concept is that bringing the highest of the human intellect. So then you have to develop that way rather than going downward. So this is the way to go upward. So then always remember yourself, you are in the middle. You have a choice which way you want to go, downward or the upward. If you want to go downward, just be with emotions and just go with the whatever that the behavior that you carry so far, and you can enjoy it. But if you want to go upward, and always remember, bring your awareness and be rational inside yourself and go with the reasoning and logic and recognizing how things come to be as they are, and knowingly each and every place, each and every moment, each and every person different. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. Your right palm on your left and neck get straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. Scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation of it, recognize, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Supreme Buddha and the Dharma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chami sampadam punya sampadam Sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhamman pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjisami idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.